Are you having trouble building that middle part of your chest? Well, check it out. I put together 2 exercises in this chest workout that's gonna help fill that gap. Let's get into it. First things first, understanding the anatomy of the chest and why the middle part of your chest is not existent. Number 1, range of motion. 2, genetics. And 3, just not training hard enough to elicit muscle growth. Number 1, incline press. What part of the chest has a gaping hole? Most of the time, it's right here, the middle part of your chest, which is closer to the upper part of your chest. So if you're sitting around doing a bunch of flat bench trying to build the middle part of your chest, you're sadly mistaken. Let's do some incline. So check it out. Our first exercise that we're going to do, incline dumbbell press, but we're gonna change a couple things. So instead of doing it regular like this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go neutral grip. Why neutral? Because number 1, it's gonna allow us to get a little deeper to the side for a nice stretch. And then when we press all the way to the top, we get the full range and we can get everything close to the top like this. So instead of getting to here, the top of our lift, we get to be like this, which is gonna give us a little bit more range of motion, crossing midline to get a better squeeze at the top. Now, I don't want you focusing too much on this squeeze for too long. We do want you to squeeze at the top, but just for a short second. Don't spend too much time up there because it's gonna take away from the rest of your set. Why? Because we're doing quarter full reps. What does that look like? Our quarter full rep looks like this. Starting from the bottom, we're gonna press all the way to the top. We're gonna control all the way down. We're gonna stretch to the bottom, punch all the way up, halfway, back down, and then full. Down, up, partial, down, full. So when you're going down, make sure we're coming down, nice stretch, up slightly, back down and stretch, and then full rep. So when you're counting your reps, 1 rep will look like this. 1. 2. We're doing 5 to 10 reps like that. 4 sets, 5 to 10 reps of quarter full reps. You're gonna control the weight down, 2 second negative, 1 second pause at the bottom, 1 second concentric, 1 second pause at the bottom again, then all the way up for 1 second squeeze and back down. 4 sets, 5 to 10 reps. Whatever. What weight should you pick? Whatever weight you're using with a regular press, you're probably gonna have to decrease the weight slightly. I'll say about 10 to maybe 20 pounds, depending. So make sure that your warm-up is efficient enough that so on the way up to your working set, you have an idea of the weight you should be using. And that's why I'm saying 5 to 10 reps. You gotta get at least 5. If you can't get 5, it's too heavy. If you get more than 10, it's really light. So make sure when you're warming up, you have a good understanding of what weight you should use. So you do your first set, you're actually getting at least 5 and on. Let's go. Floor to core, feet on your knees, butt in the back of the bench, chest up, shoulders back away from your ears. Press all the way up, right to the middle, then down. Eight reps. We're not coming completely to failure. A couple reps of failure. I could have got 2 more reps there for sure. But remember guys, I'm basically almost doing 2 reps per rep. So even though I got 8 reps, it's almost like I got 16 reps right there. So just understand when you're picking your weight, choose wisely, don't rush, make sure your reps are clean. Understand when I'm down and pressing from here, I'm controlling it down, a nice 1 second pause, driving it up, pause, and again. And make sure we come right to the middle so we can get that full range. Now, when you're getting tired at the very end, you can easily take a little bit longer of a rest if you need to at the top of your set. So when you're here, you're up, and it's hard to get to here, and you're gonna catch your breath a bit, do so. And then come back down again, press up and through. All right, guys, we're resting 2 minutes max, then back into your set. Okay, getting my next set. Real quick tip, when we're pressing, I don't want you to spend any time at the positive pause at the top in that short rep range. So I don't want you to come down and stay here and come down. I want you to punch there, stretch, and make sure that our negatives are always controlled. So we're here, we're coming down, controlling it, or punch is to control down and then up. So don't waste any time trying to hold the rep at the top of the contractions, only at the top for a slight second. So just like down here, it'll be a slight second and down, and slight second and down, slight second, down, slight second, controlling it down. We're really just trying to emphasize the stretch, the negative, and a slight pause at each top of the range. That's it. Again, a couple of things. Don't think of this as a fly. I don't want you to go to here and then open up all the way like this. We're just doing a regular press. The only difference is instead of being pronated, we're neutral. Hammer, whatever you want to call it, we're here and it's coming right down like it would be for pressing and up. What's gonna help, what that helps is we're getting a little bit more range of motion on the way down because we don't have the big dumbbells sitting in here and we don't have to do anything where we're opening up the arms to stretch even more. We're getting a good stretch from just being in a neutral position, weights coming down, we can keep the weight close to us while still having great adduction of the shoulder, abduction, and then fully coming all the way up. Next exercise, guys, we got 4 sets of flies. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how we're gonna do it. All right, so we have 4 single dropses. What that means is basically you're gonna do your set. When you come close to failure, I mean, when you can't get a full range, you know you can't get a full rep, you're coming close to it, you're gonna just drop it 1 time. Because we're only doing a single drop, just drop it 1 level below where you put it at. So if I'm here on the 5, I'm gonna drop it just down to the 4. Because we're doing a single drop set, I wanna keep tension as high as I can by just dropping in a smaller increment. So set-wise, guys, we're doing 4 sets, and we're doing 10 to 20 reps, the single drop set. A few things, when we're doing our set, I want you guys to watch where my hands are. When I press the D handle, it's sitting right here in my hand. It's not sitting outside like this, and I'm also not like this. If I end up doing this, what happens is, when most of the time when we're doing flies, or even if you're sitting on a pec deck, if we have our hands like this, we end up trying to greet the hands together and doing this. I want you to keep consistency in your pressing movements. Even though we're doing a fly, we're still pressing the weight. So I want you to feel the hands like we're pressing as well too. So when I'm here, I'm gonna come to here and pressing in the middle. This is gonna bring my both hands to right to midline, and I'm pressing the weight away. That way I can get full range of motion for where my arms are, full shoulder adduction. So instead of going like this and finishing here, I'm going from here, chest up, and pressing away with straighter arms, full range of motion, pulling on the way back, and my elbows can stay behind, a nice stretch, and through. Just a regular rep. Guys, I want just a controlled negative, a 1 second pause at the bottom, and a slight pause at the top, coming around 2 to 3 reps from failure, 10 to 20 reps. Once you get close to that failure mark, you're gonna drop at 1 and do it again. You gotta get at least 10 reps when you do your drop. If you can't get at least 10 reps before your drop or even at your drop, the weight's too heavy. Walk this thing out. Make sure when you're pulling this up, it's around to the shoulder height when you do, and we're pulling this away. We want the cables to be in the same angle as our arms when we pull. I don't want it to be up like this or like this, so setting yourself up, just make sure when you're pulling the cables up, that the cables are coming to around shoulder height. So when you do walk out, you're in a little bit of an angle the angle of the cable and your arms will be consistent. And again, we don't have to walk out a mile. We can just bring them in like this and just walk out a step, shoulder width apart, both feet, so we're not tight roping. We can be like this. We're gonna press our first away from here, chest up, and we're gonna start. Just gonna drop it 1. Keep tension high. I'm aiming to get at least 10 reps. And at least after that, 2 reps from failure. Walk it out. Give yourself give yourself around like 10 seconds, give yourself around like 15 seconds. Just set yourself up. We can't wait to 30 seconds, but if we wanna keep tension really high, let's keep around that 15-second mark and then start. Okay, so reason why I want you guys to come to full all the way here is because that's gonna give you an idea of when failure is starting to creep in. It's gonna get harder and harder for you to get all the way here, all the way back to full range, and then full squeeze at the top. So once you realize that you're getting close and it's getting a lot harder for you to get there, but you get there, you know that the next couple reps, you probably won't be able to get that full range. You're getting close to failure. So that's your cue to stop and drop. All right, so next set, guys, put your weight back up to when you started. That's gonna be your start and finish. So I started on 5, I'm gonna go back to that and then do our single drop set again. We got, guys, 3 more sets of this. That's why we're only doing 8 total sets for chest. 2 exercises to beat the shit out of your chest and fill that gap. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. You know I'm gonna come up with that tell it is transparent, vulnerable truth. For coaching, JONNI.com. If you want to know more about my coaching, guys, book yourself a 1-hour consult with myself. At the end of the consult, I deduct $100 off any package that you pick. Also, guys, hit the link in the description below for those discount codes and promo codes to help save your life or change your life for the better. Until next time, guys, make sure you guys, I'm on Instagram and TikTok. Send me your progress pics, your training pics, and your video clips, and I'll repost it for you, because you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron, progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.